Yes, Makhan.
Okay. So, so far we have covered whatever the element part, right? Means how to find the locators and all. So, any confusion so far before I proceed to the next topic? Are you able to find out the locators and all? Have you practiced how to find
Makhan,
locator X? Sorry.
what is the next topic?
Next topic is all the action class, all the functions in Selenium.
Okay, so I have a request, Makhan. Uh, can you please again one more time tell us that how to find the elements? For example, take a CSS and just tell me about only CSS. Then can you cover one by one or mixing all together rather than?
Okay, sure.
Because last class was a little confusing.
Okay.
Thank you, Makhan.
Anyone else having the same concern, or rest all are good?
No, Makhan, just what Ravi said, no? Same like do we show me one?
Okay.
Yeah.
So CSS, Ravi, you are good. Like what about XPath and all?
I'm good with only the ID name, but I'm not
Hmm.
good with both CSS as well as extra.
Okay. No problem. Let me do today again that XPath and all. And Parvati and others, have you practiced?
Yeah, Makhan. Like,
Y-
I'm okay, but I don't mind again taking the same
Okay.
to know
Okay.
better.
Okay. So, for example, this would be very small page, I think, Google. Okay. Let me take Flipkart again. Taking Amazon today. Okay. So, this is the Amazon page, right? So, for example, you want to type anything. Right? I want to type mobile, right? So, we will be finding first element for this. Okay. So, we'll try with CSS first. So, right click here and inspect. Click on this cursor symbol. Okay. Now you can see this is the ID, class name, right? Type, name. These are all the attributes. Okay. Now I have to go with the CSS example. So let's check with one by one ID. Okay. So I just copied this ID and try to enter. It is showing 1 of 1, means we are okay with ID, right? I do not need to go by the class name or text or any other attribute, because 1 and 1, then it's okay. Guys, please see, listen, remember, like carefully, okay? So for CSS, what we have to do? So always start with the tag name. Okay. For example, here, what is the tag name? This is ID, right? The value, this is the value. So value should be always first, it would be in single quote. Okay. So after that, what? This is the value for which? This is value for id. Type id and equal to means id equal to this is the value. Okay. Now what I have to do? This is coming under which? Input, right? Type input. Okay. So we have typed the tag name. Tag name is what? Input. Then bracket start. Then we take the attribute. Attribute is what? ID and the value. Value whatever is there. Now close the bracket. Now you can see we are not getting, right? Or we are getting. Let me just copy this one. Can you see? It is pointing to the that particular box, right? Is
Yes.
it clear? So here we are not using. If I want to make this one the same thing as a X path, what I have to do the changes? Before the ID, I will write at the rate symbol and double slash. Now also we are getting it, right? This is X path. And if I remove the same thing, and this is called CSS.
Oh, got it.
Okay. Now the same thing if you want to do by ID, what you will do? ID or class, or let's say with ID, what you will do? You will just put the ID
By.id.
and sorry,
So we directly use by.id. That's it, right?
no, by dot, it's a function in Selenium. Here you are not using any by dot.
No, no,
Okay,
I'm
if
talking about accessing by, as you asked how to use the ID. So we directly use that by.id and we just use that ID. That's it.
this is the syntax by ID.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time we covered this. This is the ID, means here you will type this ID equal to whatever the value. Simple class equal to the value. Okay, same for name equal to the value. So we have covered. Now guys, can you please go on mute if you're not talking? CSS locator example. Okay, so let me take this one also. So this is for not CSS, this is for ID. So for CSS, what you will do, especially you will uh, put the input first, input, okay, then your bracket start, this is the attribute, and this is the box,
First
right?
we'll add a forward slash, right? Then input.
Sorry.
We need to add forward slash, right? Forward
No. For
or
X path, I'm
sorry,
writing here.
X
See,
path, right? Correct.
for X path, it will be. Don't consider this thing. Okay, this just I'm commenting this line. Okay, so so for forward slash, if you are putting that is means it's a X path. Now just simple copy, and before the attribute name, you have to just mention that at the rate. So this is the syntax for the X path. Okay, and this is the syntax for the uh, CSS. Only this is the difference, two difference. Same like I think I remember last time someone asked me and Parvati, I think like for you can use like both the elements. Suppose you want to go with ID and name. Okay, sometime what happen, you do not see the uniqueness of the locator. So if you use ID and class name, for example, if you're getting, you can use anywhere. Okay, for CSS also. So what would be the syntax? Like it would be whatever you have mentioned, just give comma. Okay, once you are done with comma, then again, for example, just copy this and maybe it's a name. Just say name and change the value, whatever means, whatever the value is there, right? Just put the value. This way also you can do. So combine of two or you know more than two, you can do it. Even three also you can go. For example, you want to make more uniqueness. So if there may be a type attribute is there, right? And you are just typing uh, the value, whatever the value, and close this bracket. Okay. Same thing you can do with XPath. Here, what you have to do for XPath, just you have to first start with the double slash. Then before the attribute, you have to put at the rate everywhere, irrespective whatever These are the things. Okay, and these comma also you can use, or you can use and. Okay, you can use and also. So it's like depends how you are writing. Got my point, right? Any confusion on how to create how to find the locator CSS or XPath? Any confusion, guys? Please let me know if you have still doubt, because this is the entry point. Okay, if you are not good with this, then you can't proceed for next.
Makhan, one question.
Yes.
So last time you mentioned for any link you can use the CSS, right? That href.
Href, yeah, this is attribute. Yeah, this is I said attribute,
Ah,
so it would be always unique. That
yeah.
I said.
So, which is a better to use? If it's a link, it is better to go with CSS, and if it's other, is it better to go with XPath?
So see, first thing, the href you will get in both the places, both the cases. Like if you want to create a XPath, the attribute href also you can prefer, or CSS, but I prefer more like it should be XPath should be the first priority. Then you can go, like if you're not good with, so it's all about, if you're okay to write a XPath as a locator, then it's okay. Which one, like some people they feel like, okay, I can go with XPath, or I can CSS, anything attribute. Okay, when it comes to href or something, I said that is means the element, the link will not get, you, it will be always unique. Any link when you click, suppose here any link is there or what, so any link like logging button, some button, if you are getting href, so there maybe you will get ID, okay, there maybe you will get class and href. So I would suggest go with the href instead of going with ID and all. Now creating XPath or CSS, it's up to you. Okay, end of the day you are just finding the locator. It doesn't matter whether you are creating XPath or CSS. Okay, so that both things are different. Href, it's a attribute. Okay. So I said whenever there is any link, so most of the cases will get one attribute called href, where you will get that particular link, so that that would be always unique. So whenever you create XPath or CSS, take that attribute. Is it
Okay,
clear?
so yeah, got it. So you mean any attribute can be used for XPath or
Yes, yes,
CSS.
yes, yes.
So
Anything.
it's how we are going to use and identify it. right? Whether XPath or
Correct.
SCSS. Okay.
So if you are good with CSS, means writing locator for CSS, go with CSS. See, end of the day, whatever, if I go, see, this is the example, right? If I don't go with ID, like don't go with XPath or CSS, still I can go with ID, right? Because it's a very unique, the value is unique. So in this case, you can go with a unique, like anything. Now, if I search here the attribute called class, here I am getting 2, right? So in this case I cannot go with this class, right? Because class has 2 attribute, means 2 places, you can see 2 of 2. So in this case what I will do, I will combine both the things, id and class. So for example, let's take this example. So because there are 2 things, right? So just putting in double quote, single quote, this is one value, this is the value for what? Class. So class equal to this value. Okay, now copy again this value also. See, in this case, suppose id it's sufficient, we have one, but I am making a combination of both. Okay, now I am taking id equal to single quote. Okay, now you can see there are 2, okay, attribute. Now what I will do, let's try with first XPath and then see other. Okay, so always type the tag name, this is what input. Now your bracket start. So for XPath, the symbol is you have to put the @ before the tag attribute name, right? And you can say, and again this is one class name, right? So I'm just closing the bracket. Can you see it's now 1 of 1? So this is your, based on like the same thing. So did you understand or not? Now we are seeing only 1 of 1. Did you understand? If I remove the ID and I just simply try to create with the class, okay, then I will have 2 elements. Okay, so always it should be 1 of 1, so that we can, it will directly pointing to that particular things. Okay, even if I replace ID and let's try with type. Okay, so type, it's mentioned what? Text, right? Let's try another, and I never use 3, but let's text text. See, I'm getting 1 only. So if I do any typo error, I will not get. Okay, see, there is no element, no matches. So 3 also, using 3 attribute also you can create a XPath. Okay, even if you want to make a 4 also you can try, just doing experiment today itself. So I'm just saying you can do. Okay, there is no harm, like you can do. And just put and command, like this. Okay, type and, this is a name, so prior to name just put @ equal to bracket, single quote. Now also I am getting, right? It's up to you. The same thing I can create XPath, CSS. What I have to do, I have to just remove it, remove all the @ symbol, all the @ symbol, right? And double slash. Now it is not coming because It's a, I said right, the syntax is a little bit different for CSS. See, you have to give close, start. Got it right? So what I will do here, I will close, then comma, then again start. Here it's ended, then comma, then again start it, then again close, remove end, then comma, then again start. So now see, in this case CSS is not working, right? So it depends which one will work. Try with first XPath. If it is not working, see, I'm getting 4, right? So I cannot use in this case CSS, right? Did you get my things? Why I'm saying which one? Like CS, you can't assume which one you have to go first. Okay, in first attempt you can't understand, like, because when I tried with the XPath I was getting only one, right? One of one. But when I am trying with the CSS, this time I am taking all the attributes for CSS also, but I'm getting 4. So means I cannot write a locator by CSS, like using CSS. So in this case, XPath will work. So are you guys clear when to use a CSS and why we change from XPath to CSS to get the uniqueness of the element, right? So if first attempt I try with CSS and I see, okay, uh, one of 4, one of, you know, 2, so I cannot go. So what I have to do, second approach, I have to go with the by XPath. Mostly people should go with by XPath first. If they are not getting, if you are getting, just assume you are getting 4 elements with the same attributes by using XPath, then go with CSS. Okay, try each and every type of, how to find the locators and all. Always first go with the, see, the priority I mentioned, again I am telling, first go with ID. Okay, always go with ID. If you are not getting, for example, one of one, okay, if not, then go with by class, not go with by name. These are mostly common use attribute. Okay, these 3, ID, name. If not, try to make XPath. Okay, using multiple attributes. Okay, like 2 or 3, you can go with XPath. So most of the time you will be finding XPath, like you will be okay with the XPath. And already I said, like, CSS would be lesser priority than the XPath. So first you will try with the XPath. If you are not finding, try with all the attributes. Okay, try with multi attributes, comma, single attribute. Okay, first try with single, then go with multiple. So you understand or not, I'm not sure. So why we are using multiple and single? To make it unique, right? Uniqueness. Suppose there may be a case for any, like, enter my ID. This is one text. Okay, so what happened in XML page, or the page, we develop, in that page what happened, they put some attribute standard ID. Okay, ID suppose text, and they put name, they put some attribute called name only, okay, and ID some they put some for example 1 2 3 4, okay, for example just. And so what happened sometime, you may get this ID is common for other attributes. So in that case, you cannot go with that particular field, enter my ID with this, because this may you when you copy and try to find it, you may get 1 of 10, 1 of 5, right? So try with both, because what happened for other any element, maybe they have not used this both combination, okay, or one like any other combination called type, for example type, the value. So it's all about the value, not about the attribute name. Attribute may be used everywhere, okay, without attribute how they can write the pages and all, but I am talking about the value. So value means 1 2 3 4 whatever. So these value is not necessary you will be getting everywhere while you combine all these three for element. So particular for this element, maybe they use this. If so, that's why using multiple attribute, it will give you more common, right? Means unique. So name, value, whatever name one, okay, this is. So these name one, the value you may not get everywhere, right? Okay, the value we are talking, not ID, name and type. These are the attribute. Attribute you will page everywhere. So I'm talking about this attribute names, whatever the class. Suppose I'm taking with class now. This is very good. They made it very unique. So whenever you type, you may get one or two. Still, by using one or two, also you can create expert. That once you start doing practicing, you will get to know. Okay, if I will try that cover this one, you will get really confused. So at least one, two, even you can go with. Even I covered the text, right? If some text is mentioned, and this is also a link. So let me see. Here I will get href or not. Mostly they give href. Oh my goodness. One second. So what I'm doing,
And ultimately, we should have uniqueness, like one element,
correct,
right?
correct.
For
It should
that
be
only,
always
to
one of one.
achieve that only, we are putting XPath plus CSS or CSS plus ID.
Anything, yeah. So we like that's what I said, like whenever if you are not getting some, because some value may be common for other attribute, other elements, right? In this case, if I make combination of three, so it will make a unique, right, to that particular, because suppose my ID, my name, and my type, the value whatever, it's not mandatory will have on the entire pages. It may, the value may get changed, vary, right, element to element. So that's why I said first try with these three are very easy. If the page is, they designed it very good way, so easily you do not even need to go with the XPath or CSS, okay, you will be okay, because most of the cases, like some uh, like Flipkart or Amazon kind of domain, they you can get easily by using ID or class or name. If in some cases you may not get, so combine all these things. Okay, take attribute. See, class name, why expert came to the picture. So that you need to understand. So in class name, I cannot use two attribute, right? I can only use the class value. Name also, I can only use a name value. ID also, I can use a name. So when you want to use two more than a one attribute, So you will obviously go with XPath or CSS, right? This is what the thing. XPath means I want to use ID class name. So I cannot make something under class or name or ID, right? To to get all these three value, we need to create a XPath. You got the point?
Yeah, Makhan.
Yeah. So XPath is like when we create XPath, when you want to take single elements also work sometimes, but sometime what happen, there may be multiple, like common, the value will be present everywhere. So that time this XPath, you want to go with multiple combination, all the attribute you want to add. So to add all the attribute in one line, you have to go with the XPath. So don't get confused with CSS, just leave it. I think you guys get confused within between CSS and XPath. Don't think about CSS now. Okay, let it be. Try to focus on the XPath and buy these things. Okay, because CSS, there is nothing different. Like only the syntax would be different first, and the difference is sometimes we have seen here, right? When we tried with the XPath, we got, but when we tried with the CSS, we didn't get. So it's based on like we can't uh, like you can't before checking, you can't make a decision whether you want to go with CSS or XPath. It depends on the page how it's designed. Based on that, you will try each and every possibilities to get that element. So I already said, like whenever there is a link, you will always see they use one this href thing. Okay, so here you can see href, this is the link. So what I said, href, it's a attribute. Okay, this is a attribute. So let me make bigger. Okay. Okay, so href, it's a attribute. The way it's a ID attribute, name attribute, class attribute, whatever you can see, this is also attribute. When I say take this href always, so what I am saying, this is unique. Okay, if I just copy and control F and find, okay, it would be always unique, because the same link they can't put more than a one place, right? So easily you can go with this href. Okay, easily you can go with this href. So whatever the href value, it should be within the single quote, and this is the attribute. So you can create either. So let me check with the href. Let me do this way if it works good. See, if you are taking even href also. Okay, but this is not a good practice. Href you can't take, like you have to, because in Selenium you will not get any method called href, right? But you are finding this one. So what you can make it? You can make it simply XPath, right? So what you will do? This is comes under what? A, right? So start. Now you are getting, you are not getting. Can you tell me, guys, why you are not getting no matches? The syntax I put correct, right? Double,
At the,
sorry,
we are missing with the at the rate.
correct, correct. See, so it's all about, if you miss a single dot also with the, like you can't play with the syntax. Okay, and like XPath, if I even now if I try with the CSS, what I have to do? Can anyone tell me? Guys, please respond. What I have to
Remove,
do? Yeah,
remove double slash and at the rate both.
okay. Yeah, it is coming right. See, So some link at some link wherever it's a value, you will obviously if you whether use a XPath or CSS or by ID something you will get it, because these attribute would be unique. Okay, so href it's a attribute, it's not something the way to find the element. Okay, this is one attribute. So this is the customized attribute. Actually you will not get this kind of attribute every each and every pages. Okay, so but id class, uh, text, some type, okay, this thing you will get uh, most of the pages, most of the application. So far any question, guys? Still you have a doubt?
No, Makhan, I'm clear.
Raghu, Parvati,
I'm
anyone like?
I'm clear.
Anyway, I have covered it, right? Anyway, let me, I'm get confused now where I have to show you this thing. Okay, so we are done with the XPath, with the locator, how to find a locator. So I will say few things. I will tomorrow will complete this method, all these functions. Okay, so this is WebDriver commands. Okay, listen, okay, carefully and see what I am doing. So WebDriver means what? In Selenium, we always write this one, right? What I mean to say, WebDriver, right? So WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox, or it can be IE, or it can be whatever, Chrome, Safari, whatever. So mostly people they use Firefox or Chrome or IE. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm doing is, so commands can be there are three types of commands. Okay, WebDriver commands. One is browser specific, ignore my spelling and all commands. One is browser specific commands. Okay, one is browser navigation command. Okay, and one is element specific commands. Only these three commands, especially in Selenium we do, we use frequently. Okay, now what is a browser specific command that I will cover here. Okay, so I'm just removing, not to remove, let me create a class. Okay, and I will tell you one by one. Launch Firefox, I'm saying. Class name you can put anything, right? Should be under in method. Okay, so to launch this thing I already covered, right? To launch any browser, first you need to set property. Use this is the class of set. Then you have to create an object for this driver equal to new WebDriver. Now anything in uppercase, it's a class, right? It's a class. But here it's not a class. WebDriver, it's an interface. Okay, just remember. Now browser specific commands. Okay, so what are the commands we use. Okay, mostly let me take one. Okay, so this thing I'm just taking, but I will make the changes. Let it be. This is so there are few commands. Okay, so one is driver. I'm repeating, maybe I'm repeating these things, but this is very important. You should understand all this, Windows. I will explain. Okay, so this is, right? Driver dot manage dot window maximize. So I want to maximize the browser. Okay, automatically, like by the using Selenium method, it should maximize the browser. Okay, this is what. Okay, now what happened? Some cookies you want to delete. So what happened? When you open any browser and all, like cookies get added, right? And because of that, the performance or the page gets slow. Okay, so some issue. So because of that, we use another command for driver.manage.delete, okay, all cookies. So there are cookies like specified. If you want to only delete this cookie, then you have to. But ideally, people they use this cookie, all cookies, so irrespective whatever. This is one. Okay. Now another thing is that so we use here. If I want to launch, I use a driver dot navigate to, right. This is, but there are another way. Driver dot, okay, get, okay, get. So under this you just need to pass that one. This is another, okay, get. So navigate and get, I will all this thing I will cover, don't worry. So I'm just writing and telling. So get means I want to launch. So yeah, I want to launch this. This is one method in Selenium, get method. It will uh, open or launch the browser. Okay. Now one more thing is there, driver dot get title. So when you say driver dot get title, let me just run first. Okay, let me see. And like using practicing on the browsers, like difference between the Chrome and like Firefox, I prefer Chrome. It's like getting like, I don't know, but I feel this Chrome is good. Okay, now this is the page, right? So uh, the get title means what actually? So whenever you open any page, okay, you may notice there is some name is there, right? And now it's a Google page, that's why it's a open like, and it's a, this is the title. Okay, whatever page like uh, Flipkart, for example, you can see. So for Flipkart, it is too big. This is actually the title. When I open Flipkart, this is the title. So how to get this title? Okay, so in Selenium, what you have to do, you have written the method called driver.get title. To get the title, just right click. Okay, right click within the page. Okay, and you can see there is one option called view source page, right? Just click on the source page. Okay, you will have this page, big page. Okay, now Control F and type title. So you can see the very first title, it's highlighted. Okay, match. So title, you can see this is title, right? This you can see it's match. So because they have written here, because of this, it is coming here, right? Obviously. Now for this, we'll check again. Anywhere just within the page, not on top. Okay, anywhere within the page. Click on view search. Now title. So just type, okay, title, because page, sometimes page is too big. So you can see the title, right? Now see the title, it started from here. Okay, 1 second. Sometime it get hang actually. Okay, so the title content is this. Okay, when I see whatever it's mentioned here, right, this is actually the title. If you over you can see this is title, but now here you can see this is the title. Okay, till offer, online till offer. So here if you navigate, you will get it. 1 second. So online from till let's go. Actually this page is too big, that's why it is making some problem. So you understand, right, the title thing. So to get this title, what you have to write, so driver dot, this I have written, right? So I will say get title. Okay, whatever you have written. So string, I would say title equal to driver dot get title, and you will just pass this value here. 1 second. Yeah, same thing only you have done. Sorry. So whatever is there, so I want to print. Okay, so if I want to print out the title, it will get print. Okay, now we have to here the give the thing. Okay, that thing I will cover. Okay, not now. When I start automating something, that time I will cover. So here you have to pass the value and all. Okay, whatever is there. So this thing I will cover later. Just, and I'm just telling all the methods, what are the method we use. Okay, so 1 second. So this is one. Okay, title. Any question you didn't understand the title thing, especially other, I know you have, this sense. And one more is there, driver dot close, right? So we have seen the difference between driver dot close and driver dot quits, right, already. So these are the actually mostly used method for what. This is the method for what, browser specific command or method, you can say. Now come to browser navigation command or methods, whatever you can say. Okay, so one is navigate to. Okay, so driver dot navigate dot to, okay, the URL. So whatever the URL, for example, this is one URL. This is also same, okay. But the thing is, in WebDriver, what happened? WebDriver, this method load a new page, okay, in the existing browser. So means you understand what I said. So please, guys, let me know if you don't understand. Okay, 1 second, getting hang.
Makhan,
So
get means it is just opening one page, and navigate to means it's opening the in the same window another page.
correct, correct. So get means it's a fresh. So it will open a fresh window, okay, with the Google. But when I say driver.navigate to, because here we use navigate to, that time I didn't explain. I thought, okay, let it be. But now while starting this, I thought I should tell you. So guys, the difference is this is for the new, okay, new browser page, or whatever you understand. Like it will uh, open a new page. So now if I say driver.navigate to, means it will open the on the existing itself. Suppose this is one, okay, let me try one demo, right? So it driver.navigate to means if I first write this, first it will launch this, okay. After that, again it will uh, launch another Google page on the same browser. Means we use a plus button and all, right? So this, let's run and see. So you guys should know what to use when, okay, when we should use navigate to and when we should use get. Even if you one time also you are using navigate, that is no issue, but you should know the concept, the way driver dot close and driver dot quit. I have never checked this way, okay. Let's try it today. I don't know whether the method is working or not this way. So our expectation is first is it will launch the Google page, and it should navigate. Is it closing? Okay, channel closing. Too late to send. Okay, okay, okay. 1 second. So what I have to do, I will use a thread. Okay, means it will wait for some time to make action on this. So I'm saying 4 seconds. And obviously you have to, whenever you use a thread dot slip, uh, you have to just add this, add exception in method, so it will just throw the interrupted exceptions and all. Now we'll try again, okay, and let's see. So this thing you can also do in practice at your home, okay. Try to just write and use thread sometime, because one method you perform immediately it can't perform, that's why it got failed, the error, probably. So that's why I use a thread, so that it will wait for some time to perform the next action. Whenever there is a latency issue is there for particular web element or page, just use a thread. Let's see. So our expectation is first it should. Are we using close and all? Okay, okay. But 1 second,
So your
guys, my
When
bad.
you
script
mention
first
No,
close,
no,
right?
no.
has.
Yeah,
My bad. This is actually I need to close it, right?
you can close
I
string also, right?
Yeah,
String and get already you mentioned, right? Get
correct, correct. Yeah.
fine.
So what I will do, I will just, yeah. So yeah. So first get already there. Okay, now whatever it's there. Okay, now it will wait for 4 seconds, then it will navigate to this. Now it should work. Sorry guys, I didn't see the code. That's why I'm thinking why it's getting closed. Can you guys extend for next 10 minutes so that I will cover at least this, browser navigation command. Then tomorrow we'll see the element commands and all. Is it okay?
Yeah, Makhan, I'm okay.
No problem. Okay.
I will take only 10 minutes extra. I'm just thinking whether it will work or not. I'll just wait. So now something is uh,
I guess it worked, right? It showed
Yeah.
again in the link.
correct,
Right.
correct.
Because both are Google links, so it doesn't even matter over there.
No, no, that's fine. Any link like it should
It
open.
is might be work. It's already working. I think it's already started.
Or you can try Gmail link, no? By
Right.
taking that, we can know whether it's working.
Good thing. You said good. Okay, this one I should take a email, or I can take a Flipkart, right, or Amazon. It should work. Now let's try. It will wait for some time.
It's opening same page, right?
Yeah. So
New.
it will navigate to this. Okay. So I will tell you. Now maybe you are expecting. I'm just assuming. First, it should be Google page, right?
Or Makhan, is it like when you open a page that is get, and yeah, in if you want to land to this page and you want to navigate from there to another.
I will come. Yeah, good question, good thing. But like what I'm trying to say, first we saw that Google came, right? Then navigate means then it will navigate to this Amazon. Okay, Amazon page. Now, for example, you want to come to the Google page again. Okay, for example. So whatever the activity you have done in Amazon page, now we want to again switch to Google. So everything there is a code. So you will say driver dot, okay, navigate dot back. There is one, this is the code. Okay, this is the method. Means first it will launch a Google, then it will navigate to Amazon, and then it should navigate to back. Means back means what? The Google page. Okay, let's try now. Also, this back and for actually no, I will just wait. I will tell you where exactly we use this one. Okay. Oh, again, I didn't use a thread. Okay, let's see. So whenever you do this activity from one browser to another browser, just use a thread for 2 seconds or 1 second or 3 seconds, so that it will wait for some time to perform that action. Can you see? Are you getting the use of this? This is the back. You saw or not? You are not responding. Hello.
Yeah, Makhan.
Yes, Makhan.
Yeah. So this is the use of back. Okay. Then another method is there. Driver dot navigate dot forward. Okay. So in this, what happened? This will enable browser to forward, like suppose any page you open, right? So there may be some arrow mark you can see, right? Forward and these things, so it will do the same. Okay, so let's try this way. So this, what should be the final page? At last, what page we should see? Can anyone guess?
Facebook.
I think
Sorry, Amazon.
Any other option? Parvati, Ravi, sorry, Parvati, Raghu,
I said
Preeti,
Amazon. Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Ravi also Amazon, right?
Yeah, man, it's a shopping time, right? So Amazon.
Let's see. Parvati say Google or what?
I think Google
Try.
only. It stays in Google.
Not think. You confirm which
Google.
one. Google. Preeti. First, it is the Google page. Then it's come Amazon. The second one, right? Again, it is coming to Google. Again, it is coming to Amazon. So I will explain what happened here. So the first method, get it opens Google, then it's navigate to Amazon, then again back means a return to Google. Okay, return to Google, and forward means from Google forward to the Amazon. Okay, so finally we got Amazon. Raghu and Ravi is correct. Okay, one more method is there, driver dot, but we don't, I never use in automation anyway, navigate dot, but people they use, I see. So this is a refresh. Okay, they use, I don't know what is the use of this, but refresh, right? I do not need to explain, right? It will get refresh the page whatever whenever you just open this page. Okay, so these are the actually methods what we use most of the time. Okay, uh, this is browser navigation commands, and these are the normal, like commonly we use. Okay, yeah. So these are the 1 second, why I am opening this. So we have covered this browser specific command and also covered browser navigation command. Tomorrow we'll see the element specific command. Okay, there are a lot of commands, so in element specific we'll see tomorrow. So just try these things and all. Okay, I'm just copying this and pasting this all. Okay, try from your end, try to do experiment and all. Okay, and see what happen. And try with CSS, XPath, means locator, how to find locator and all. Everyone. Maybe I am not pointing to Sharan or Sushri and all, but I'm saying for everyone.